As you know, Mexico has a really big problem with violence in general, not just the violence generated by the narco traffic, but also general violence. And this shows more against women. We even have a special crime called feminicide that is different from a homicide because the feminicide implies that the woman was killed because she was a woman and that her body was displayed or she was raped before being killed. And yeah, basically it strives from the idea that the killer decided to humiliate the woman before killing her. But the thing is that it's not only grown women who are killed off every day and every year because of feminicides. Um, there's also girls, there's also children, there's girls who are killed because of this. And according to the numbers, there is at least one in every 10 women who are killed is a girl. And well, the thing about feminicides is that the people who kill these women are usually having a relationship with them. It can be a relationship of love, it can be a relationship of family, it can be a relationship of work. They can know her for some period of time before the crime. But there was a case this year, at the beginning of this year, before the pandemic, in February, that of a little girl. She was 7 years old. Her name was Fatima, and it was really shocking for the society because the story, the cameras, all that is around the death of this girl, the homicide of this girl, the feminicide of this girl, strive from the fact that the authorities are not doing their work accordingly when a person disappears. When a child disappears, that is when they should have protocols that help locate her earlier. And the thing here is that um, the girl was taken from school. She was taken from the school. A woman took her from there, and there's a video, there's a security footage that shows the girl walking along with the woman as if she knew her. And it was later known that she did knew her because the woman was working outside of the school selling stuff. And the thing here is that this girl was missing on February 7th, and it didn't matter, and the alert wasn't going on until 2 days later, 3 days later, because that's the protocol. According to the authorities, that's the protocol. But, well, we have the video, we have the evidence, and that's why it's so critical for it to have been done that way. But the thing here is that what really happened is that this woman who took Fatima from school was coerced into it by her husband. Turns out that the person who tortured and killed the girl was the husband of the woman that took her from school. But she, the woman herself, was the one who killed her. In the story, she did it as an act of misericordia because the girl had already overcome a really extensive torture at the hands of the husband of this woman. And the thing here is that according to this woman, her husband have coerced her into it because he told her that if she didn't bring back to the house a girl for him to rape, he was gonna rape one of their daughters. So it is somehow understandable that the woman got scared and was an accomplice of this crime, of this horrible crime. But the thing is that there were these drawings of them, these spoken drawings of them already outside of the woman, because she was the one who took the girl. There were the portraits of her, and she had went to the house of one of her family members, and this family member was the one who turned them both in, because obviously when they were there, she started asking questions, and the husband told her that he was going to to give up the woman who took Fatima, because she was the one that was being persecuted, even though he was the rapist and the one who planned the whole thing. But the thing is that here's a situation of double violence. It is the violence against the girl and also the violence against this woman who was coerced into it. But obviously society doesn't see it like it, because society wanted wanted to make an example out of them, because it was unacceptable for a little girl to be treated like that. Obviously the children shouldn't be subjected to those kind of treatment, to those kind of humiliations, and shouldn't be killed for stuff. But yeah, the thing is that when these people were turned in, the man was taken to a penitentiary center and the woman to another. The man, obviously all the interns knew that this guy was a rapist and a child killer, a children rapist. He was a pedophile even. And in Mexican prisons, I think in prisons all around the world, the thing is that if you are a person who is in there because you did something to a child, the other interns don't treat you well. They rape you, they beat you up, and everything. He was even welcomed there, between things being thrown at him and people whistling, people screaming at him. So maybe that's part of why that case was so widely known, nationally and internationally. In one hand, because of the brutality, in other hand, because of the institutions that weren't willing to change the protocol, even though the woman had already been the woman who took the girl had already been identified. And maybe people think that maybe if they were faster to respond, faster to seek the woman, and faster to identify her actual address, maybe the girl wouldn't have been killed, even though she was already being tortured and subjected to another things. And yeah, basically it shocked the country, because it made the people think, why was that happening, and if that was a direct consequence of the culture of machismo, that is, they believed that men are superior to women just because they are men. And that's another issue actually in the country. There are a lot of people talking about that. There are manifestations about it. There are groups who talk about it every day, but feminism isn't well seen here in Mexico, because in the manifestations, the feminists, radical feminists, destroy stuff, and they make graffitis in monuments and all that stuff. In my opinion, it's for visibility, and it is necessary, because in any other way the people would just turn a blind eye to them. But as I said, that's another issue. Today the issue was the way that this violence that is being that we are living in the country is also affecting the children who are people who don't actually shouldn't who shouldn't be subjected to any kind of violence, in my opinion. But I think that's just how it is, just how the country is, just how fucked up the security system is, and how fucked up the institutions are in the means that they take when a person is disappearing.